Thank you, Chairman, and welcome back, Dr. Carter. It's certainly been a pleasure to work with you, and I just want to say it's really refreshing to work with someone in this potential position who has both your technical background and your ability to work with people across the services and with Congress. You seem to balance those things remarkably well, speaking as an engineer who struggles with that myself sometimes. So if I remember right, I believe you served as a staff director for the Congressional Commission on the Strategic Posture of the U.S. that released its report back in 2009 when I was sitting on the House Armed Services Committee. And I think that report made some very important strategic recommendations. In particular, I thought the idea that Los Alamos, Livermore, Sandia should be designated as national security rather than nuclear weapons laboratories was a very important recognition of how the threat environment that we face in the world today has changed. In addition, one of the things the Commission recommended was that the President issue an executive order formally assigning the Secretaries of Defense and Energy, State, Homeland Security, and the DNI joint responsibility for the health of these laboratories. And you and I discussed this a little bit when we met in my office recently. I wanted to ask you, based on a recommendation from the Strategic Posture Commission, what sort of joint responsibility do you believe that the Department of Defense should have for our national labs?
Thank you, Senator. I recall our conversation, and you're right. Excuse me. I was the executive director of the so-called Perry Schlesinger Commission, which did make the recommendation you named. You pointed to the national laboratories, the so-called national laboratories of the Department of Energy, actually are national laboratories. I know this because when I worked in the Department of Defense as acquisition executive, we used them a lot. We asked them to do things because of their technical excellence. So those laboratories that were founded to serve the nuclear arsenal of the United States and continue to do so, now do lots of other things for national security, for the Department of Defense, for the intelligence community, for the law enforcement community, the Homeland Security community. I think they call it work for others. Exactly. Which means other than the Department of Energy, but it's important, and it was certainly valuable to the Department of Defense when I was there to be able to get that kind of technical excellence.
Well, I think one of the challenges has been that originally work for others didn't really exist at the national labs. They were solely nuclear enterprises, and as that has become a larger and larger percentage of what they do, it's been more challenging to sort of feed the underlying foundational aspects of the lab, the overhead and other things. So what I would hope is that if you're confirmed, and I certainly hope that you are, that I can count on being able to work with you to figure out if there's not a way we can formalize that responsibility for the health of DOD and the other agencies I mentioned, as well as for the long-term health of those national security laboratories.
I understand, and if I am confirmed, I look forward to working with you on exactly that. I understand.